Jesus Christ, man. Who wants to go next, bruh? Homer Bob. Actually, Grandma did say something before you. Hello?
Yo,
Yo, what's good, G? What's good, G?
what's good? I'm
All right,
cool.
two questions with it, brother. Um, let's hop right into it.
No,
I only got one question, but before I get to it, you know what I'm saying? Blessings on your success on YouTube and everything. 400K on the way. All love, all that. So my question is, I remember
Appreciate
you
that, gang.
that you mentioned. No problem. I remember that you mentioned to separate the emotion from the action itself. Can you go a little more in depth on that?
Can you provide the context of what you're talking about?
Uh, I, I mean, a quick example on that is like, say if you were to see a shorty that you want, or whatever the case is, you don't feel like going at it. You may not feel confident. You may not feel that you think that you're gonna get her, whatever the case is, but you do it anyway. If that makes sense.
Right. My emotions don't control my actions. That's it. It's not a strategy or something to be explained. It's just realizing that at the end of the day, you choose what you do at the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
If I look at somebody working out in the gym and he did a workout and it's 4 sets of 12 reps, right? It's 12
Mm,
push-ups, that's one set. 12 push-ups, that's two sets. 12 push-ups, right? Do I know how this nigga felt?
probably not. No,
No.
not at
All I
all.
know is that he did the push-ups. And if you focus more on what you want to do and then just do it, instead of focus on what you want to do and then start thinking about how you feel and then start thinking about how you feel and then start thinking about how because of how you feel you shouldn't do it and because of how you feel you're right and then a bad motherfucker ain't gonna do that. A
Right.
man
So
who's
then,
about business who stands on business ain't gonna do that. I love it. I love what Rosebud said. The nigga said, "Is the music too loud, chat?" I wanted to play the music on some low shit in the background, but I don't need it. I'll just cut it off. The point was, a motherfucker who really about business only wants something for a maximum, no more than 10 seconds. And really, that's really like 2 or 3. 2 seconds. I see her. I think she's pretty or attractive. She caught my eye, so I want to go talk to her. I'm already walking over there.
right. So then, where does the programming stem from? Where a lot of people will allow their emotions to dictate whether they do something or don't do something.
I don't know. I just know my actions and believing in what I'm gonna do stems from trusting myself.
Got you. So that's the only question I got though.
Yeah, that just stems from I go for what I want. That's a very simple route. I go for what I want. Whether it's a woman I want to approach, a job opportunity I want to apply for, a book I want to read, a statement I want to make. I speak my mind, right? I say what I mean and I mean what I said. That's a part of going for what I want. Um, I attack my goals, right? This is you go for what you want or you don't. That's where it stems from. And in the process, right, you start to convince yourself. You start to build that confidence because it's like I don't really give a fuck about the result. All I know is I believe in myself enough to try.
Right. You don't never lose nothing on betting on yourself.
You can't lose. And in fact, I'm so arrogant. I will push all my chips to the edge of the table and lose it all and get it back. That's how much I believe in myself. It's a
Right.
gambling addiction. What do other people have? What's the opposite of this? I'm so afraid I'll bet on anything else except myself. I'll bet on my car. I'll bet on my clothes. I'll bet on my height. I bet you she won't like me because I'm not tall enough. I bet you she'll like me because I got this designer on. I bet you she'll like me because I got a nice car. I'll bet on anything except myself. Cause I don't believe in myself. I don't trust myself enough to bet on it, on me. So I'll bet on other things. I'll bet on the statistics of only 10% men getting women. I'll bet on what this YouTuber told me not to do. I'll bet on my clothes, my jewelry. I'll bet on anything. I'll bet on her followers on Instagram, meaning I can't get her. I'll bet on anything except myself.
Gotcha. And through this old combo and everything, I actually do got one more question before I head out.
Go ahead, bro.
So I do remember that you said one of the two of the main components when it comes to getting the woman
Mm-hmm.
is trust and comfortability.
Right.
So if you were to flip it, what would be things that a woman would do? What would be those two main components or main components for a woman to get a man, if that makes sense?
Why?
Like I don't. It's like something to kind of like can make a connection with it. It's like, all right, cool. I understand that trust and comfortability is important for a woman, but as a man, what could like I could use to compare that to like kind of understand why that is so important for women to kind of get like a better understanding of it. If you
So
kind of get what I'm saying, it
you
kind of sounds
you want
crazy.
to understand a woman by thinking about what's important to a man? That didn't even make
How?
sense. You were better off
Hold
asking
up.
why is trust and comfortability so important to them.
Basically, yeah. I get yeah. That's what I'm trying to ask. That's what I'm trying to get at. Why is trust and comfortability so important for women? Like that gets them to open up and everything.
Right, you could have just been direct. Why is that so important? I know you said this, but why is that so important?
Yeah.
Well, start with this. With trust and comfortability comes security.
Uh,
It is something about a woman's nature that when they feel secure, they open up. Whether it's their legs, their mind, their hearts, right? They just
yeah.
open up. Whatever it is that she opens up, they just open up when they feel they can trust you, they feel comfortable, and they feel secure, right? Now,
Uh,
this allows them to be vulnerable without feeling that they're putting themselves in a risky position, or it allows them to feel safe. If they don't feel safe, again, this is also in a woman's nature that safety is very important to them because it's naturally in their mind to think like about safety and security. I don't know if it has to do with them bearing children and wanting to think about the safety of this. She could literally have zero children, and it's in a woman's nature to think about safety and security. That's
yeah.
a feminine. That's a part of a feminine quality. Where it was though masculinity is about risk. It's about assertiveness. It's about things of that nature, right?
Yeah.
Which is why on the opposite of that is why leading and dominance and masculinity is so important because that creates safety and security because you're leading. If you're following a good leader or submitting to somebody who has good leadership, then you feel that you're in good hands, right? You feel secure.
And it also
But
allows them to be free in their emotions.
it allows them to be free. If the environment is safe and right, imagine that when you're on a roller coaster, if there was no security, you would not feel comfortable being on a roller coaster. You wouldn't even want to get on the ride. If
Oh
they
no, I
said,
got
"Hey,
on
you
the
can get on
ride.
this bitch, but it ain't no seatbelt," and sometimes the swing goes off the cliff, you wouldn't even get on it because you wouldn't even be able to enjoy the ride. You would be thinking about your safety.
Right. I actually was reading on Where is the Superior Man, and David he had brought up like he compared a woman's emotions to like the ocean itself. And when, as a man, you're not free and you don't take the lead and you don't play your role correctly, you kind of build up walls around around the ocean and kind of make a swimming pool almost. That's kind of what he compared it to. So it's like,
Right, and continue what was meant to be implied from that.
what I was trying to imply from that
Right.
was why is it that as a man it's like we can't. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna say as a man. Why do? Yeah, I'm really trying to find my words. Hold on. All right, I know how I want to say this. Why do we not really get taught about this in the sense of dealing with women or just dealing with people
Cause
and just
you don't
emotions
have
and
to get
everything?
taught this. It's natural. Listen, a man that is naturally in his masculine energy does not have to be taught this. He'll naturally be assertive. He'll naturally take the lead in situations. It's when your confidence is beat down, your insecurities are inflated, and you doubt yourself as a man that you stem away from this kind of energy. Right. And on the opposite for women, it's when their securities are taken away, and then they can't depend on a man. So what do you get? A hyperinflation of independence. I'm a boss, bitch. This is coming in spite of a man. Like, I can't depend on a man, so I gotta secure my own shit. I gotta be independent, right?
Yeah.
That's literally the opposite for a man. Instead of being Mr. Independent, instead of taking, and I'm not talking about as an adult, she pays her own bills and can pay for her own management of life.
Yeah, I get you.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, like, well, an example for a man is that in the opposite of that, he's not into his independence. He's leads into his insecurities, and he's really emotional, and he lacks assertiveness, and he lacks the ability to have confidence.
He prioritizes love.
And a woman can be confident and still not be in masculine energy, or, be all about being independent. But the idea of submission in and of itself is dependence. You depend on what you submit to or who you submit to.
Right. Gotcha. Yeah. That's all I got for today. That's all the questions I got. Appreciate you.
For sure.
I ain't gonna lie, that second question was crazy though. That just started off a little crazy, but
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Came around
I
to
understood what you meant though when you said to help me understand why. So I got what you meant.
Yeah.
Like I said,
Dojo to the moon.
I went deeper, but the simple answer is that, like, if trust and comfortability is important, because if you're trying to flirt or you're trying to talk to her and she doesn't trust you or she's comfortable, she's gonna hold back what she wants to say, or she's gonna hold back from sharing information with you, or she'll be uncomfortable in sharing that information, so she probably won't share it at all. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's the surface
Dojo to the
answer.
moon now.
Yeah, for sure. Dojo to the moon, man.
So.
All right, chat. Who want to go next? Way the Superior Man. That's a great book right there. Who want to go next, chat?